Hello, my friends. Welcome to Attorney Audits Agitators. Sorry for the moving screen. I'm just trying to get adjusted. I know that I have missed many of my live shows over the last couple of weeks. With the coronavirus winding down, I have just been pretty darn busy practicing law, saving people from the clutches of injustice. That is what I do. I save people from the clutches of injustice. I help you get a little bit of justice in a cruel, dark world. What's up, Andrew? What's up, R. Parsons? Welcome to Attorney Audits Agitators. Today, we will talk about my new book release. I will also talk about whatever it is you guys want to talk about. If somebody wants to call in and have a discussion, I am happy to do so. If you want to drop me questions in the chat, I'll be happy to address those as well. It's a wonderful Wednesday night, as wonderful as the hump day can be. Hey, Carl, thank you for joining me. That wasn't the same time sip, but feel free to have a sip with me. The sob sits didn't kidnap me. My clients kidnapped me, Carl. My clients kidnapped me. You know, what happened with the coronavirus was for about 2 months there, everything shut down. And then June 2nd, boom, everything turned back on. Now, the judges and the courts have these packed schedules. All right. So they're pushing us. They want to get these cases off the docket. So it's been ramped up. A lot of work, a lot of legal work, just all dumped on my table at once. And, you know, one of the reasons for that is because I spent the pandemic, the coronavirus shutdown. Hey, Dova King. Hey, Tom Castro. I spent the coronavirus shutdown writing a book. Yes, you know it. You bet. You guessed it. I wrote a book, and I have something to share with you guys. I do not yet have a hardcover of the book. I don't have a hardcover yet. If you ordered the black and white hardcover, you may have it by now, but the color hardcover takes a couple of weeks to come in the mail from Amazon. So I'm waiting on that until I can sit here and hold up a book for you. Oh, wait, I got a book for you guys. In case you didn't know, this was the most important book ever written. Yes, Black's Law Dictionary, the most important book ever written. You didn't miss the same time sip, Dova King. I'm drinking Diet Coke. The same time sip comes at about 15 minutes in. We aren't there yet. So stick around. 15 minutes in, then we will do the same time sip. Yes, I'm here, Andrew. I'm real. I'm back. I'm going live. It has been a while. Howdy. I have my Raiders Stein ready. Sounds good, Tom. Sounds good. A question about showing a receipt at Walmart. I show my receipt anyway. I was just curious. You know, when you buy something, you actually make a tiny contract. You make a tiny contract, and there's a tiny warranty, right? Every time you buy something. So maybe that answers your question. Same time sips each video. If the people want it, I got to give it to them, Ron. If that's what the people want, if you want multiple same time sips, we can do that. Hey, Chief Tuttle. Hey, Steve Parsons. Hey, William Cregan, glad you ordered my book. Thank you very much. I hope that you enjoy it. I put a lot of time and energy into it. I'm telling you, days of the pandemic, I spent entire days just working on that darn thing. I mean, here's the thing. Here's what I'm going to say about writing a book is hard. The hardest part, though, is just focusing for that amount of time. It's a lot of focus to just be sitting there and bringing words out of your brain. A lot of focus. And so I want to thank everybody for joining me today. I know it's been a while. It's been a couple of weeks. Tom, have you seen the Jeremy DeWitt in the back of the cop car in Chicago? So I just had that video dropped on me via text message. I have not watched it yet. I didn't know what it was, and I opened it up and I saw it was a new DeWitt video. So I'm definitely going to watch it, and I'll talk about it later. But I have not watched it yet, everybody. Tom, I hope you enjoy it. Time is priceless. Absolutely, Bullet. Absolutely. Order the book, please. Dova King. It's $9.99 on the color copy on the Kindle, which looks really nice. I had an illustrator. Now, all those illustrations, I did not draw them. Little secret. I can sort of draw. I'm not that good, okay? But when I was young, I used to draw my own comic books. And I thought about drawing the illustrations, but that would have been days. It would have just been more and more days and days and days. And like the Bullet said, time is priceless, dude, for sure. Absolutely. Thank you, Bullet. Time is priceless for sure. But if anybody's read the book and want to talk about the book, we can do that. Check out the video I made on the artwork. I think that's kind of cool. One mistake I made in there, and Juan Galt was nice enough to correct me. In a fairly straightforward manner, because I should know this, is on the cover it has the Constitution ripped in half. Well, for some reason, I convinced myself that that was the Declaration of Independence, but it's not. It's the Constitution that's ripped in half. So that's wrong in that video. If you check out the video I did on the meaning behind the artwork in the book, and I ask you to check it out. It's only 12 or 13 minutes. You can look at it, see all the cool images that are in the book. But yeah, that was one thing that I kind of screwed up there. Yeah, Chief, I need to watch that. I need to watch the new DeWitt. Like your son, except it should be in silver and black as opposed to the Patsy's colors. These are America's colors, Tom. Red, white, and blue. We're going USA, baby. USA. Great job on finishing the book, Air Force. Thanks, Navy. Anytime I can get a compliment from a seaman, I will take it. Joe, does the flag have a... Some flags do have a gold fringe. And did you know that what the gold fringe symbolize, the gold fringe on the flag is a symbol of admiralty law. It means that you are now under the jurisdiction of admiralty law and not the common law or the regular law. A court of maritime or admiralty law is not a real court. It is an international court run by the United States Corporation. It was developed out of the cargo delivering of the early 18th century. You see, the United States was built on ships and cargo being delivered. Therefore, the rightful de jure de facto law is in fact admiralty, maritime, or international law. Did you not know that? Here's the thing, guys. Thank you very much, Joe Dono, for the super chat. Edward Bildenheim, thank you. Did I pronounce your last name correctly? Let me know. Now that I have read the book, I've written the book on sovereign citizens. I believe that I could be the best sovereign citizen, okay? I could be the best sovereign citizen. In fact, maybe Chief Tuttle and I will get together and we'll do a funny episode where I am a sovereign citizen and Chief Tuttle is the cop, and he can, he can bust me on the right to travel. What do you think, Chief? Should we do a video like that? You're close enough, and I owe you some permanis, so maybe we can make that happen. I think what I would need to do is I need to get some rundown clothes. Well, I don't have any hair, but I can grow a scruffy beard, okay? And I can drive around, and I'll get some papers, I get some papers or a notebook or something, and the chief will pull me over, and I will school him on the right to travel. But what I need to know, Chief, is, hey, Chuck, thank you for coming in, sir. What I need to know is, do you still have a baton? Because we're going to need a baton. We're going to need a taser. Okay. I'm cracking myself up. I actually love this idea. I just thought of this now. We're going to do this. We're going to do this. Chief, we need a baton and a taser. All right. And, I'm sorry, but you can't actually break the window on my car. What would be great is if we had a car where we could break the window. Man, see, I'm really getting into this. What would be great is if the chief and I had a car where we could break the window and simulate a sovereign citizen arrest in the right to travel. You know what? I think this is going to come. This is going to come to my videos. Attorney audits, agitators. We're going to do a simulated sovereign citizen police officer right to travel. We're freaking doing it, man. We are doing it. And also, Chief, we're going to do a simulated. We're going to do a simulated sovereign citizen in the courtroom. Okay, and we'll need a bailiff and we'll need a judge. Chief, you can be the bailiff. You're gonna tase me when I get out of control, and we're gonna have a judge who's gonna get up there and hold me in contempt. I mean, those videos are gonna be great. We're freaking doing it. But the best part about the right to travel videos, if I'm sitting in there, we're going to get a female to be my girlfriend. No, I don't have a girlfriend right now, but we're going to get a female in there to be my girlfriend to yell at the chief while he's busting up on me. Okay. And, or Chuck, I would do it with you, sir. But you live too far away, man. When you come to the US of A, we'll do it. We'll do one. But we're gonna have we're gonna have a girlfriend in the seat next to me, and she's gonna be like, call your dad, you can't do that, Fourth Amendment, you're violating the Constitution, you can't do that. And she'll be the one videoing while I'm spewing the right to travel nonsense, and the chief is dragging me out of the car and tasing me. I'm telling you, that is gonna be hilarious. See, I can do it. Chief is just about an hour away from me. Who else? I got a couple other friends in here. Will Chuck come as a Moorish American national? We're going to need somebody. Those are going to be great. I'm telling you, those will be fun. Chief, we're doing it. The country cop and attorney audits agitators. We're going to make it happen. And anybody else who is in the Western Pennsylvania or Ohio area, let's do it. Andrew, thank you very much for the super chat. Girlfriend must be screaming the wrong. Okay. All right, Megan, you're in. Megan, where are you? Yeah, I try, Aaron. Where do you live, Meg? If you don't mind, what state are you in? I try. Andrew, thank you very much for the very, very generous super chat. I appreciate it. Megan, you just paid for the privilege to be the girlfriend. Okay. You just paid to have that privilege. And, yeah, she'll be screaming all the wrong amendment. The 10th Amendment. We'll come up, we'll practice a couple of times just so it is extra funny, but we're going to do a right to travel. What do you guys think we would need to do? We would need to do a right to travel stop, no doubt. A courtroom sovereign citizen scene where the judge holds you in contempt. That has to happen. I probably need to do a Moorish sovereign citizen video. I think we need an African American to play that role. We need one. They can do the right to travel as well, because they're going to throw a whole bunch of different theories out there. That's at least three. But we can probably come up. Oh, you know what else we need to do, Chief? Nova King, you can film it. Whoever can make it to the spot where we film is welcome to partake. Okay. And we'll do a phone call as well. All right. Because I don't know, you guys remember a couple of weeks ago or a couple of months ago, Megan, you're in Baltimore. You're not that far. That's probably 4 or 5 hours to Pittsburgh. So I am cracking myself up. But yeah, if you can make it here, we will film it. Oh, and the Canadian sovereign citizen who called and did the sovereign citizen customer complaint over the phone, I'm doing one of those. I am writing this down. So number one, we're gonna do a right to travel. Number two, we're gonna do a right to travel with a Moor. right to travel more. We're going to do a courtroom scene, and we're going to do a phone call. These are going to be, I don't know. I call them, I have the Sovereign Citizen stories and the Sovereign Citizen shorts. These are going to be the Sovereign Citizen, I don't know, clips, sitcoms, short, funny sessions. Courtroom scene and the phone call. Oh, we got to do 1A auditors too. Absolutely. This show just took on a whole new level. Hey, Andrew, thank you very much. I'd be glad to be the poor clueless person at the other end of a crazy phone call. All right, where do you live, Andrew? I'll do the phone call. Me and you are going to do the phone call. Okay. I want you to email me. We got to do the same time sip in a second here. But Andrew, I want you to email me, okay? Because we can do the phone call like ASAP. Have a funeral escort. Tom. Chief Tuttle, do you maybe this is a dumb question. Glad you're waiting for the book, Katie Hawk. Maybe this is a stupid question because I still have my Air Force uniforms, okay? But Chief, do you still have your police uniforms? All right, because I think we would need that. I don't know how to ride. I've never rode a motorcycle. We need some people who can ride motorcycles to truly do Jeremy DeWitt. Of course, we could just reenact that one scene where the stolen valor scene where he's on the streets of New Orleans telling these ladies that he's an army. Well, this is going to be fun. This is going to be fun. Okay, everybody. Thank you for joining me tonight. It's been a couple of weeks. I know it's been a couple of crazy weeks for the country. But right as the country was going nuts, I was getting slammed with legal work. So now I'm back. I made some videos. I was also doing all the finishing touches on the book, trying to getting it formatted so that you can upload it to Kindle. Took weeks in and of itself. A lot of work. So, yeah, we're back, and I'm happy to be back. I'm glad to be doing the live shows again. Thank you for everybody for joining me. You all know about my book, which has been released. It'll be in the description. It's not there now. Check out my prior videos, Sovereign Citizens, Deconstructing, Decoding, and Deflating the world's most notorious anti-government movement. I know that's a mouthful, just like my new name, Attorney Audits Agitators. I still got the old sign. Look, there it is. Look, old sign. I mean, I had some nice branding with this name, but the thing with Attorney Audits Agitators is I just think that it describes what I actually do on the show a little bit better. And here's the classic right there. You guys remember that? Classic. So Megan, you're coming. We're gonna do it. We are gonna do it, and we're gonna meet. We can meet somewhere. Okay, Pittsburgh would actually be good if you're coming from Baltimore and the chief is coming from Ohio, and we can find a parking lot and we can film this, and it will be hilarious. But cheers to that. Cheers to all the. Yes, Chuck, you are getting a free copy, sir. You are gonna get a free copy. I just haven't. You are getting a free copy, and Van is getting a free copy, and the Chief is getting a free copy, which I have not sent yet, and Degeneration Nation is getting a free copy, and Virgo's going to get a free copy. I mean, because everybody, collaborating with all the different creators has really just helped inspire me, keep me energized to keep doing this. Also, if you are a contributor on my Patreon, you get a free copy of the book. Everybody who's on my Patreon already got a free copy of the book. Everybody else, look, if you buy, I ask for support. It's $10 on the Kindle store. if you buy the book for $10, you are helping me. You're helping me financially. You're also helping me emotionally, because I know people are consuming my content and enjoying it, and that gives me the energy to keep coming back and make it day to day. So instead of just going to my Patreon, which a lot of people have done, and those people have contributed greatly to my show, just buy the book. That way you get something and I get something, and we all have fun at the end of the day. But for now, yes. Oh, Mrs. V. So listen, if you buy the book, this is the crazy thing about Kindle Unlimited. Well, I have something to say about Devin Bay in a second. It's not about him exactly, but the Kindle Unlimited is fascinating. The way it works is, so if you buy my book, I get a royalty. I get a percentage of the Kindle book that you buy. Same if you buy a hard copy. But if you have Kindle Unlimited, I actually get paid. This is crazy. I get paid per page that a Kindle Unlimited reader reads. So they track the pages of my book that are read on Kindle Unlimited. It's the craziest thing. So when I go into Amazon, I can see how many pages people read of my book each day. It literally tells me how many pages were read each day. And it's just really cool. And I get a tiny royalty from that. Now, if you read the whole book, I'm not exactly sure. I think I get a little bit more. Hey, Taze, how you doing? I think I get a little bit more if you actually buy the book. Okay, but I do get paid if you read it on Kindle Unlimited. So don't be afraid. If you got Kindle Unlimited, read away. So, all right, everybody, raise your cup, your glass in the air. Attorney, audits, agitators, Common Sense Academy, Joe Palmetto Law, Joe the lawyer, whatever you want to call me. I'm here. I'm back. Raise your cup, your glass. It tastes better when we sip together. I'm drinking Diet Coke out of a mason jar. Cheers. I have emergency lights in my car, so we can make a great video. All right, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it, Chief. One of these weekends. That's the only thing that really works for me. I get blasted during weekdays, but Saturdays and Sundays I am free. So I did the recent video. I don't know if you guys saw. Many of you probably did. I did the video on the Moorish national who spoke at the Black Lives Matter rally. And I got a lot of Moorish nationals coming at me in the comments. And one of them challenged me to a debate. I accepted. Now, this is not set in stone yet. But when it is, I will let you know. But it should be 8 p.m. this Sunday. Now, we haven't worked out all the details yet, but 8 p.m. this Sunday, I am going to have a civil debate with a Moorish national. Now, I don't know too much about this gentleman. He's not. I had another guy send me a video before. I don't believe it's him. I'm not sure if this guy is a full-blown like Moorish sovereign citizen, or if he's just a Moorish temple follower. I actually don't know. But I don't really care, because I think it'll be fun and it'll be an interesting conversation anyway. Okay, so we're going to do it. It should be 8 o'clock Sunday live on this channel. Now, that is not set in stone. I will drop a message. I do the YouTube comments and the messages. I will drop that before Sunday to confirm. So you can sort of, keep it in the back of your mind. Maybe you don't have to put it in your calendar just yet, but it's coming. We should be doing it on my channel. I don't know if he has a channel, but he wanted to debate me. They were upset about that video. I didn't even think I went that hard in that video. And here's, I think one of the things that they want to debate is, and I don't know enough about them, but I know a lot, is you have members of the Moorish national the Moorish American Science Temple, okay? And they do not necessarily hold the sovereign citizen beliefs. They've got their own sort of, I'm not sure exactly what to call it. I wouldn't call it a religion. I'd call it like a belief system. And, you know, that's cool. Like, to a certain degree, like, I respect that. Like, if you're going to argue with me about facts, I'll argue back. Okay. But I respect that as long as you're a law-abiding individual, right? Scientology is out there. Scientology is a nonprofit. It's a recognized religion by the United States government, etc. Like, they believe in some crazy stuff. Fine. You know, people rag on Scientology all the time. However, if those are like your religious beliefs, I really don't care. But the sovereign citizen stuff, when you believe the law doesn't apply to you, even though you live in the United States, I don't care what religion you are. Okay, you could be a Christian, you could be Jewish, you could be Islamic, you could be Scientologist, you could be Mormon, you could be Hindu, Buddhist. It doesn't matter. Okay, when you're in the United States, the law applies to you. Okay, generally applicable laws will apply. Now, there are a few tiny exceptions like, you know, peyote and stuff that have been deemed constitutional by the Supreme Court. But generally applicable laws are going to apply to you regardless of your religion. All right. So that's where the rubber meets the road. Okay. The law is the law. If you have your religion, fine. But if you use your religion to try to get out of the law, that's where I disagree. And I don't care what religion you are, just FYI. So I know Devin Bay, I know Devin debated already. That was wild. I don't know that much about this gentleman, okay? So I don't know I really have no idea how this debate's going to go. But no matter what, you know, if we argue, if we have a civil conversation, I think it will be fun and interesting regardless. And so we're going to do it. So we're going to do that. We will see. Whew, thirsty. It's hot out there. Taze, very sorry to hear about your coworker, brother. Sorry for your loss, man. I really am. That's terrible. I don't know the facts and circumstances around that, but I'm sorry. So how long have you planned the chat for? Well, this guy just contacted me a couple of days ago because I made that video about the Moors, I think on Saturday or Sunday, on the Moor who spoke at Black Lives Matter. And I got the email like on Monday. And I think there were two guys that called me out in the comments, and the one guy dropped his email. So I emailed him, and we're going to get something together. Chief, we'll figure that out. We're going to have to pick a weekend, you know, with me, you, and Megan, and we can, you know, we can meet up and we can make this video, and we can have some permanis. I think it'll be a good time. Oh, you're 8:30. He picked 8 o'clock, Chuck. So sorry to clash with you. I don't want to change it at this point, though, because my debate partner has agreed to 8 o'clock. So I kind of want to stick with it. But, you know, I'll let everybody know when I drop the comment, Chuck, that you're going to push your show back. And maybe you can just do some commentary. We'll probably go for about an hour. I don't usually go for longer than an hour. But, you know, maybe you can do like a roundtable conversation about the show. You could do a roundtable conversation about my conversation on your show, or discuss it for a few minutes afterwards. So do you play? I'd like to see a debate between Chief Chuttle and Damon Jones. Jones is an ex-chief of police. I don't know who Damon Jones is. That may be interesting. Do you place 1A auditors and sovereign citizens in the same category? I don't put them in the same category. I think you have sovereign citizens over here and you have 1A auditors over here. And yes, for a certain portion of the population, they overlap. Are there some 1A auditors who are also sovereign citizens? Yes. Are there some sovereign citizens who also engage in 1A auditing? Absolutely. However, Chuck, you're now a moderator on my show. However, I don't think all 1A auditors are sovereign citizens. And, there's overlap, but they're not the same. They're out there doing different things. Sometimes it has the same result because they mess with the police, they end up getting arrested, et cetera, et cetera. But I don't believe that they are the same. I think they're out there for different purposes by and far. And many 1A auditors, don't have anything to do with the sovereign citizen movement and vice versa. So the point of the First Amendment audit, they believe, is that they're keeping, government officials in check. But really what they're doing most of the time is getting in the way of police officers and government officials actually doing their job. Okay. If you stand at a safe distance and record, I don't have anything wrong with that. In fact, I think that can be a good thing. But if you're engaging with the officers in any way, if you're not listening to their commands, if you're yelling at them or interfering with them physically, or if you're going places where you're not allowed to be, you are out of line and you are contributing to the problem. The city of Tucson recently passed some laws to regulate 1A auditors, and I think that's a good thing. It leaves that law itself leaves room for the auditors to engage in certain First Amendment videotaping that does not interfere and does not cause a nuisance. And again, that is something that I can get behind. But too often these 1A auditors are looking to agitate. Okay, they're looking to cause trouble. They're looking to create some sort of engagement because then the video becomes more interesting, right? They're turning into shock jocks. Plus, if the police do something wrong, it feeds into their narrative that the police are bad. Like they want to go on YouTube and show these videos and badmouth the police. Honestly, they probably have a lot to do with contributing to a lot of the anti-police sentiment that is happening in this country, which frankly I find disturbing and dangerous. It worries me. A lot of it worries me. It worries me very much. That's why I think on this channel, by calling these people out, am I drawing attention to them? Yes, but I'm drawing attention to them and calling them out for what they are when they're doing something wrong, when they are just hassling people, when they're just trying to get into verbal arguments with the police in order to have an interesting video. I mean, it's total BS. Hello, Angry Squirrel. Hello. Hello, Megan, my future husband. We are going to have a lot of fun making some sovereign citizen videos. Yes, we are. Sorry, checking some text messages real quick. What else is there to talk about? That's about it in the attorney audits agitators world. The reason I changed the name, I probably already said this on the stream, but I want first-time viewers. Like if first-time viewers see my video come up and it says Common Sense Academy like that, I don't think that means anything to them. If they see attorney audits agitators, I think even though it's a bit strange, and using the word audit in this context is weird, but I think that people will get the gist of it, especially people who are familiar with the sovereign citizen or First Amendment auditor world, the Jeremy DeWitt world, cop watcher, stuff like that. They see attorney audits agitators and they say, oh, this is some lawyer who's gonna, check the law on some goofballs. But the Common Sense Academy did not send that same message, even though it was kind of a catchy name and everybody caught on to it. So eventually I might just call it attorney audits. We might shorten it to AAA, But for now, it is what it is. For some reason, the chat just froze. The chat just froze, everybody. I don't know why or how, but I hope maybe it just froze on my end, but perhaps it froze on some of your ends as well. Well, I can't take any questions because my chat froze. So maybe I can just talk. What do you guys want me? What should I talk about? What does everybody want to talk about with me? What I'm going to do here is I'm going to pull up my book. All right. And we are going to talk about some of the different chapters in the book, just to give everybody a sneak preview and get an idea of what I did in there. I hope that my video feed's still going through. I honestly don't know. All right. So I found my book. I found a book. Oh, that's the wrong one. That's the wrong one. Roll with me for a second. Roll with me. Out of view. Some all book files. Okay, we're gonna go. So the first chapter, it's called The Who, What, Where, and Why of Sovereign Citizens. Hello, hello, hello. Is anybody there? Am I completely frozen? I don't know what happened. Let's see if I can. Changes you made may not be saved. I don't know how to get the feedback. Okay, listen, I am going to try to refresh this to get my comments, to get the feedback. If it doesn't work, this was a short episode. Thank you, everybody, for joining.